Guys, I'm so excited about this video tonight. For those of you who've literally heard me go on and on and on and on and on about my rebuild workshop, well, it happened tonight and it was such an amazing experience. Oh my God. It was very interactive. I enjoyed every moment of it, and I'm really grateful to get the experience to walk people through actually creating plans for themselves and to see the curiosity on other people as they realize that the answers are always within them. We often think that somebody else has the answer, and they don't. We do, but sometimes we just need the right resources, the right tools, the right people to pull it out of us. And so I am so excited about that session. Like I just finished the session as I'm recording this video, and I'm still in awe. And I was going to film before I did the session. I'm glad I waited because then I get to just enjoy that moment and talk to you all about it. But that was a moment. If you missed the rebuild session though, I am going to decide what's the frequency that I'm going to do these rebuild game sessions, because I see how helpful they are and I want to continue that process. I'm probably not going to be doing any this weekend, but I'll probably figure out next weekend moving forward. But I love these sessions, and in this experience I've also created some one-on-one intensive. These are more personalized plans, but I think the best next step is to take the free workshop first and to see if this is the one-on-one sessions are even something that you would want to invest in before you even go there. If you want to start there, fine, but if you want to go the steps recommended, I would recommend the workshop first. But anyways, done with all of that. I just had to get it out of the way. But what I actually wanted to talk about tonight was just something that I experienced today. Today was one of the most productive days that I've had in a very long time. Not because I'm lazy or undisciplined or just not committed to my process, but because I saw what was possible for myself again. I experienced a version of myself that I felt I had abandoned for a very long time, because I was just in draining environments and just things that weren't helping me to produce the best version of myself. And I'm not fully where I want to be, but I saw a glimpse of myself today that I have not seen in a while. Yesterday, I was at a workshop and I got a project to complete. I literally sat at my computer for 2 hours staring at my screen. Not because I didn't understand the instructions, not because it was complete gibberish, even though it kind of felt like gibberish, but I was experiencing so much brain fog. It was late in the afternoon, around 2 o'clock, when I already went through so much of my day already. And I have just been so exhausted to the point where I just couldn't even do anything about this project. Now, the exhaustion didn't start today or yesterday. This is about a year and a half of exhaustion that I've been carrying, literally. And it's really gotten to the point where it's showing up in every single one of my daily activities, which is why I'm realizing that it's something that actually needed to change. I got home and I said, you know what, I was going to do some more work on the project, because about an hour before I left the workshop, I kind of got into a state of flow and I was able to produce something better. So because I got into that flow state, I was like, you know what, let me do some work while I feel like I can actually produce something. But when I came home, I got back into that extremely exhausted state. So I said, let me just leave this until tomorrow. I went to bed, I got some rest, and I woke up with a fresh mind. And let me tell you something. Within an hour, I completed the project. The project that was looking like gibberish yesterday, that I stood at my computer for 2 hours for, that I didn't even know what to do. I completed it in 1 hour because I was able to be in an environment where I could focus, one, and get the rest that I needed to be able to function properly. And not only that, I have been putting off some tasks related to my workshop for a couple of weeks now, and I wanted to do them, but I just wasn't able to focus to do them well. Like, of course, I could have done it at different moments when I had the time, but the focus was not there, and so it would have just been chaka chaka. And I don't like chaka chaka work. I like to have my work neat and fine and done well. And so today I've knocked out that project within 1 hour. I finished all of the parts of the workshop that I needed to finish to be able to execute it effectively tonight. And I finished my day feeling so proud of myself, because I was like, I've not felt this productive in a very long time. And I've been doing a lot of things. So it's not like I've not done anything, but it just felt like I was able to do it at a pace that I was able to function at. But of course, because I've just been working the entire day, I felt overloaded by the end of the evening. And that's why I said that I'm not where I want to be, because I still feel the exhaustion very heavily in my body. And once I produce a certain level of work, I feel like I just have to just leave everything alone until the next day. And this just really shows me, though, that sometimes we're in situations that we're trying to push through, and pushing through is good, but you are literally hurting yourself and hurting your capacity when you're not paying attention to your body and how it's functioning, or how it should function, right? Because yes, I got all of these things done and I feel great and I was able to execute my workshop, but I came home and I was not physically able to do the workshop based on how I felt. I had to go take a shower, I had to freshen up, I had to get my head back in the game because I felt like I was depleted. But this experience of me just being able to get all of this done showed me that your environment is way more crucial than you would like to give it credit. Not saying that everything you have to just walk away from, but there are things that you really do have to. And yes, there are reasons why we stay in spaces, because there are benefits coming from it, but it's also like opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is very important to evaluate. Am I gaining more than I'm losing? Because you can always get another paycheck, but your mind takes a long time to recover from things that it wasn't meant to carry at a certain pace. Like, we are very multifaceted beings who are capable of a lot of things, but there are times that we do need to pay attention to our body, because everything needs sufficient rest. And rest does not only mean sleeping, it just means not being in constant stress all the time. And so if you're in this space right now where you're just feeling frustrated with yourself because you don't feel like you're able to produce at the level that you normally would have or used to, look at your environment and look at the things that are draining your energy and your peace and your mind, and your functionality in general. And take an audit as to what needs to change in order for you to get to that place where you feel like yourself again. And it may not be something that you are going to be achieving quickly, because it's a very high and low journey. This moment I could feel like I could take on the world, and then a couple hours into the day I feel like I just have to go to bed at 12 o'clock in the day, because I've pushed through so much for such a long time that I just have to work at my capacity level right now as I am trying to recover, right? And so don't be hard on yourself if you feel like you're not at that ultimate capacity that you normally were. But it's going to take some intentionality and some time for you to get there. And this is basically what I talked about in my workshop. Not just this, but this is a part of the old rebuilding process, which I talk about in the workshop. And you missed this one, but there will be opportunities for you to join the others as they come up. So I will talk about those as they're coming up and put the dates out there. But in the meantime, you have to take care of yourself like your life depends on it, because it really does. And your output actually does even better. You think that rest is unproductive, but it's the most productive thing you can actually do, because what you can produce living a rested life cannot measure to what you are producing when you're exhausted all the time. I can promise you that. And so yeah, I just had to come on here and just share that. And yeah, and I need to go get some rest now. So I'll see you in my next video tomorrow. Let's go make some mistakes. Share this video with anybody who could benefit. Give it a like if it resonates with you, and subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Follow me on all social media platforms at Khrista-Lee. That's Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And I'll see you in my next video tomorrow. Let's go make some mistakes. Bye.